Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can set up an amortization template in Excel when you've got a balloon payment. So with the balloon payment, you've got an ending balance at the end that you need to pay off, and by doing so, that's going to allow your monthly payments to be smaller than they otherwise would be if you were paying off the entire amount. So I'm going to show you how we can set this up. I'm going to start with setting up our inputs. So the first one is the loan amount. So let's say it's $50,000. And let's make sure we formatted it correctly by putting dollar signs and a decimal in the right place. Then put in the interest rate. Let's say it's 4%. And then for the payments per period, typically this is going to be monthly, so we're going to put 12. And then let's put term in years. Let's say it's a 5-year loan and our balloon payment. So let's say at the end, we've got to pay off about $5,000. And we can, of course, adjust these inputs over time if you want to do different calculations. So now the key thing is to calculate what that payment is going to be, what that monthly payment will be. So with Excel, we can use the PMT function, which calculates the payment based on the rate and all these other values. So for that rate, we're going to take the interest rate and divide it by the number of payments per period. So that's going to put that in terms of a monthly percentage. And then the number of periods, we're taking the number of payments per period, multiplying it by the years. So 12 times 5, that means 60 payment periods. The present value is going to be a negative 50,000. So we're taking that loan amount, putting a negative in front of it. The future value is going to be this balloon payment. This is what's left over. That tells us at the end of this amortization schedule, that's what our balance should be, just $5,000. So based on that, this is what our monthly payment is going to look like. So now let's prove it out. Let's create that amortization schedule. So I'm going to start with entering a field for the period, and then let's also put in a value for the month so that we can actually track over time, like what year, what date and month it'll be in. And then let's put a starting balance. Then we've got our payment, the interest portion, and then the ending balance. So I'm going to adjust the width of these columns just to make sure there's enough room to fit everything in here. So obviously we're going to start from period 1. And let's say our first month is January 1, 2026. And our starting balance is going to be this 50,000. Our payment is always going to be equal to 845.41. So that's always going to be, so I'm going to freeze that. The interest is going to be this balance multiplied by, I'm going to put in brackets here, this 4% divided by 12. And then our ending balance is going to be this 50,000 minus this payment, but we're adding back the interest because the interest portion is not going to apply to our, that's going to bring down the amount that our payment's going to apply to the principal. So based on that, that's our ending balance after the first period. For the next period, we're going to set up formulas here to select this period and increment it by 1. For the month, what I'm going to do is use the end of month function, EOM. Will get you the EO month. So we're selecting the start date and selecting a value of 1 month at a time. So it's always going to jump by 1. Same thing that we're doing here. And I'll set up the formatting in a second here. The starting balance is going to be the same as last period's ending balance. The payment is going to remain the same. I'm going to hit Control D to copy from above. For the interest payment, I can drag this down, but before I'm going to do that, what I need to do is make sure that I've frozen these values. So E3 and E4, obviously my interest rate and the payments per period is not changing. And now I can drag this down. So the interest payment is the same. The ending balance, again, is going to follow the same sort of logic where we're reducing our balance based on the principal payment, not the entire payment. So the amount that goes towards the principal. So it's 845 less this 164. So now let's set up the formatting. So everything's in the same sort of format. So these are all going to be in dollars. And obviously you can leave decimals if you want. And let's center all this just so it's a bit more organized. Auto fit the columns. And now for the month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this entire field, hit Control 1. And apply custom formatting. So I've got 3 letters for the month, followed by 3 letters for the year. and that's going to force it to show just January 2026, February 2026, and so on. So now that I've got this set up, I should be able to just copy this down, and let's see if everything copies correctly. So we've got March, April. So everything is looking to increment properly. So let's go down to 60 payments here, and let's see if it's leaving us with that correct calculation. So obviously we stop here. So at payment 60, we've got a $5,000 balance left, which is equal to our balloon payment. So as you can see, that amount, $845.41, is the correct amount that gets us to that ending balloon payment balance of $5,000. So if you needed to change the balloon payment amount, obviously you can do so on here. Let's say you want to see what it would look like if the balloon payment was, let's say, $8,000. In which case, our payment updates, our payment gets smaller, just $800.16. And if we go down, you can see it matches up to that $8,000. So it's automatically going to recalculate based on all of our values. And that's the benefit of linking all this to formulas. We don't have to go in here and hard code and change everything. Everything's going to be driven by these values here. This payment's going to be calculated based on that. And this amortization schedule is also going to automatically update based on all of these values. So by doing that, you can easily set up an amortization schedule that's also going to factor in that balloon payment at the end. So that's all for this video. I hope you found it useful, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.